Welcome to the 1 p.m. session of the Newman Portal Symposium. We are featuring Jake Utz, who is the operations manager at CoinWorld Plus and who has worked for CoinWorld in a number of roles centering on digital numismatics. The CoinWorld app, CoinWorld Plus app recently rolled out. I saw a demonstration at the Fund Show in July. So we're excited to bring this to a wider audience this morning. Jake, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, thank you. So as I'm Jake Utz, operations manager at CoinWorld Plus, and today I'm just going to do an overview of the technology that we're bringing to the hobby and ways that it works with your collection. So to start, I just want to start with who we are, what we've done, and why. So for those that don't know, CoinWorld Magazine has been the leading source of numismatic news, analysis, and information since founding in the 1960s. And since then, we've been involved time and time again to serve the hobbyist. Today, in the CoinWorld monthlies, you'll see that there's values for selected coins. There's CoinWorld news, can be found in our weekly magazine. Or you can go online, whether that's our website, any of our social media sites, even on your mobile phone. But CoinWorld Plus brings us a step further with a wealth of brand new features designed to accompany the information services already offered by the magazines. With our latest offering, we have invested in the future. So we are excited to usher in the future of numismatics for collectors, dealers, professionals, groups, pretty much anyone in the hobby. So for collectors, your coins kind of have a voice. So it brings together each coin's value, their auction history, their grading data, and just over the overall history of the coin. And I'll get into all this more in depth as we go through. There's also portfolio management. So obviously your collection is valuable to you, and so is your time. So we've made it easy to kind of manage everything from one spot. And then a want list. So we're making it easier to find coins that you want for sale that are online, whether that's from a dealer or a trade show. You can easily navigate to find what you're looking for. That also goes into the search function that we built in that I'll show later on, that you can really narrow down to the exact coin, what you're looking for. And it gives you a complete view of your portfolio. So how many coins you have, what the value is doing, is it going up, is it going down? And you're able to share that portfolio among other users and people that don't necessarily have the app, that you can send out your coin to, whether they're interested in buying or just interested in seeing your collection. And for dealers, you can sell quick and easy. Because we have the want list function, we can match buyers and sellers together with a click of a button, which also allows you to reach more customers. So with eBay and the CoinWorld Marketplace already supported inside the app, we're constantly looking for other partnerships to expand your reach there. So now we'll really get into what we've done. So the first is going to be the design. I'm going to start on the left-hand side. You can see the two slab coins. Right now we're working with PCGS and NGC. Hopefully in the near future, we'll be launching more grading services that we can apply the tags to. But you can see there that on the left, you see the circle that says scan tag CoinWorld Plus. That's the actual information there. That is what, when you send your coins in, that's what I'm programming. So there's an antenna behind that wraps around the corner of the slab. And as we started working with this and previewing it to some people right out the gate, we started to notice that there was one little flaw that really, if you wanted to crack open the other side of the case, it wouldn't affect the tag, because the tag does have a tamper proof on it. So if you start to peel that tag back, or someone cracks the case and it cracks the tag, there will be a notification sent that this tag has been tampered with. So then we designed the new tag, which you can see on the right has the dual tail. So the center circle where it says coin roll plus would go in the center of the slab coin, and then both tails would wrap around both sides. So giving you more protection if someone was trying to crack open the case or peel it off. Now we're getting into the actual app. So you download the app. This is going to be the first screen that you're going to be presented with. So off the bat, you can see at the top, you have your home button, pretty self-explanatory. That is actually just going to take you to this page here. At the top in the middle, you'll see our logo again. And actually, if you tap that, that would open up the NFC reader in your phone, which NFC reader is near field communication. It's very similar to the technology that's in your credit or debit card with a chip. So again, with your phone just has to be, this far from it for it to read it. A lot of times I just tell users just to tap it. The trickiest part is finding out where your NFC reader is in your phone. So in general, most iPhones are in the top left corner. The NFC reader for Droids, it's typically somewhere in the middle. And I have noticed on Droids that the NFC a lot of time is defaulted to be turned off. So a lot of times I'm telling users, it's one of the first things to do is make sure you know where your NFC reader is, and then you make sure that your NFC reader is turned on. And then as we're going at the top again, on the right is a barcode scanner, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. Going down is your portfolio. So this is what I was talking about previously, where you can manage your portfolio. So now you can see in my demonstration, my estimated value is $672. Since we're constantly keeping track of values of coins, hopefully every time you're logging in, you're seeing this number go up. And we have the opportunity, if we want to update that daily, weekly, monthly, we can do that. So like I said, hopefully you're seeing that go up. And then you can go down and you can see what's coming soon. So hopefully next year we'll be rolling out the same technology, the same data, the same history, the same values for paper money. So now we're going to go into your actual inventory. So you have two different inventories, and you can see at the top it says Coin Roll Plus, and it's kind of highlighted in blue. This is your Coin Roll Plus or your inventory. This is what that $672 is tied to. So you can see I have 32 coins. You can sort, you can filter, and that's like you want to go through your collection and you want to see, you just want to see dollars, or you just want to see cents, or you want to see something that's worth X amount of dollars. You can filter out your inventory to make it easier to view, especially once you start getting more and more coins in there. So again, this is just your basic information, your two images, just so you can kind of see the coin and you'd be able to scroll through there as well. And then now this is your other inventory. So you can see now other inventory is highlighted blue up at the top. This is inventory that you have not gotten a tag on it yet, but you still want it to be inside the app. So you can see I have one coin. You can see on the image that there is no tag on there, and you still get that basic information. But that's a way for you to start putting coins into your inventory. However, these won't go towards that $672 that I showed you earlier, but it's a good starting point that you can get them in here. And I'll show you the other functions that you can do once they're inside your other inventory. And again, you can sort, you can filter, same ways as we were in the Coin Roll Plus inventory. So now this is what you're looking at now is the barcode scanner at the top. So this is actually how you would add a coin to your other inventory. So we gave you two options. You can scan the barcode, or you can just put in all the information manually. So once you hit that barcode scanner, this is the screen that's going to come up. So if you click barcode scanner, it's very self-explanatory. The barcode scanner is going to come up. I tell people you have to be farther away than what you would think. There's a little line. A lot of people want to fill the barcode with the line, and really you've got to back up a little bit. One or two scans and you'll get the hang of it. If you want to put the information in manually, we've given you these two screens. Again, we're working with PCGS and NGC, and this is just telling you how to read your label because you need to put in the grade, the cert number. For PCGS, we have the grading service ID. So then we just gave you basic information for both of what numbers you're looking at and where to put them in. So once you put those in there, you would get a message that come up with a check mark. It says that your coin has been added successfully and that the data is being fetched. So once you've added that, that sends a ping to our database to start pulling the information for that coin based on the information that you just put in the grade, the cert number, or grading service ID. Going back now to the CoinWorld Plus inventory, we'll start diving into the value of getting the chip and the tag on your coin. So we've pulled up that very first coin that you saw earlier, that's that Morgan dollar. So you're gonna get your basic information right off the start. And when I said previously that we're going out to fetch the data, so you'll see once you log in, you log out, you log in, you'll see the data start to pour in because it's just constantly being updated. So for example, this one, you can see, what am I looking at here? Provenance right now has not been added in. So the very first time you look at this coin, you might have, the mint, the grade, the mintage, the grading service, but maybe the weight isn't in there yet. Maybe the designer's not in there yet. And then, 2 minutes later, you look at it again, and then you start to see more information. So on your left here, again, that's your basic information, your mint, your grade, your mintage, who designed it, the finest, the weight, and that's going to be the same every single time you pull this up. You'll always see these facts when you pull up a coin. If you would scroll down is what the image is on the right, and these are your functions that you're able to do once you've had your coin tagged. So you can initiate a transfer. So that would mean if I wanted to sell this coin and I sold it to someone, I can initiate the transfer. Right now, we don't have a checkout process built into the app. It'll be something that's in there in the future. So this would be, we agreed on price X, I initiate the transfer. It is going to ask you what you're selling it for. If you don't want that information out there, there is an option for that, but that's where you put in, I agreed with the buyer that I'm selling this for $100. You would put that in there so it's able to track the information. You can actually, the next one down, the little blue bubble is sell via CoinWorld Plus. So you can mark this coin that you're interested in selling it. And once we get to the shop function and the want list function, we'll kind of go over that more, but that's what that is for. The next one, you can remove it for your inventory for whatever reason you didn't want it in there, you could remove it. And then you can share it. So you can share it to other users. You can share it via email, via text, via social media. So if you know that someone's interested in just this coin or interested in Morgans, you can send it to them. Or if you know that someone's looking to buy this specific coin or Morgans, you can share it out. And then below that, you can see where the history is starting. So again, this is kind of our bread and butter that, we have all this data from CoinRolls going back to 1960 that we can put in articles, we can put in videos, which I have a screenshot of one later on in the presentation. We can do websites, or we can just do history. So right now in this example, I just have the history of the Morgan dollar. So that's in there. And this can be changing. So maybe 1 month it's the history, maybe the next month some new article came out about Morgans, so we put that in there. Or maybe we found a video about someone talking about Morgans, so we put that in there for a while. And then the next month it's something else. And that goes with all this information. Everything is going to be constantly updating and changing. Below that, you're going to get your grading service information. So this is PCGS graded it, the cert number, the grading service ID, the grade, the date. This is also where we are able to put in what PCGS thinks it's worth, its value, what NGC thinks a coin like this is valued, what ANAX thinks it's valued at, what the CAC thinks it's valued at, what we think it's valued at. So it kind of gives you that broad range of all these different values. You can kind of see the highs and the lows. Very similar to below that is auction results. So these are auction results for not necessarily this coin, but coins that match the year and the grade. We can constantly be adding to that. So it gives you a great idea of what they're selling for at auctions. And then at the bottom of that, under auctions on the very far right, you can see acquisitions details. This is where, like I said before, I sold this for $100. This is where that information would go in. So you can tie in the acquisition details, which is from CoinRoll Plus. You can tie in the auctions, and then you can tie in the values of what the graders think it's worth. And then at the very far right, you can see at the very bottom, it says CoinRoll Plus value. We take all of that information and put it into one value of what we think it's worth. And that is what's going towards that $672. So we're really looking across the board, trying to give the users the best value that we can think of, and then also giving them the data to go look at. This is why we're providing this value. Here's what I was talking about. So we have one of the moon landing coins tagged. And if you scroll down, when you get to the history, we have this 2-minute video of Neil Armstrong walking on the moon. This is just a snapshot of that, but it shows you what we're able to put in there. It's not just text. We can do pictures, we can do videos, we can do articles. It's kind of endless what we're able to put in there. Now we're going back to the other inventory. I told you what it would look like once you got a coin in there. So you'll see on the left, this looks identical to the other one in the CoinRoll Plus inventory. And like I said, these attributes, this will always be the first screen when you click on a coin, what you'll see. This one's a good example of all the data had not been fetched yet. So you can see the mintage isn't in there, the finance isn't in there. You still have the images and all the other information though. So that information would slowly start to be put in there. Now here again shows you the value of getting the tag on your coin, because that is the only information that you're going to get when you put a coin into your other inventory. And the only functions that you get is you can remove it from your other inventory, or you can share it all the same ways as the other one. So email, text, social media, what have you. But you can see in the history and the more information, it's all going to be blank. So again, this shows you the value that you're getting when you get the tag on there. If you don't have the tag, you're not getting the history. You're not getting the grading service information. You're not getting the values from the graders. You're not getting our values. You're not getting the auction results, and you're not getting that overall value of what we think this coin is worth. So now we're going to, and you can kind of see we're following along on these screenshots here. You can see at the bottom, your inventory, shop, want list, messages, profile. So now we're in the shop function. So we've built a shop function for all US coins right now. And you can see on the left here, they're all broken down. So say you were looking for a specific quarter. So in this example, I have selected quarters on this left picture. You go to the right picture, you can see quarters is at the top in blue. It's always going to be highlighted what your previous selection was to make your searching easy and also make it to go back easy. So I selected quarters. From there, I wanted Washington quarter. So then it gives you your options for Washington quarter. Another great example is in the cents. We have it all broken out between the reds, the red browns, and the browns. So it's, like I said, you can really narrow down to the exact coin that you are looking for. Okay, so you've selected Washington quarter, and then I want the clad bicentennial reverse. So you can see on the right that is now highlighted in blue, and from there I want the 76S proof. So you've selected that. It's going to bring up very generic information, an image, and you say, yep, that's the one I'm looking for. So your first option is to view listings, and that's what's on the right here. So when you click view listings, it's going to take you to items that are on our marketplace, on eBay, or other users in CoinRoll Plus have listed them for sale. I showed you that option earlier that you could list it as for sale. So for example, this one, no one on the marketplace has a proof listed for sale, so it goes directly to eBay, and no other user has one listed, so it goes to eBay. You could click that link, it would take you directly to eBay, and you could buy that coin. Say there wasn't one, the exact one that you're looking for. The next option on the left, if you go down, would be add to want list. So this is going to add the 76S clad proof to your want list. And what that does is that goes into our database. From there, we can start going out and trying to find dealers, other users that have the 76 as proof or have something very similar. And from there, we can just ping you with a message and a link that says X dealer has this coin that's very similar to the one in your want list. And that also is a huge benefit for dealers too, that we can, go to a dealer and say, we have 76 users right now that have coins in their want list that you have in your inventory. Do you want to send them a message? Do you want to send them a link? Your next option down is to share it. So again, this was the same as before. Someone that's looking for a quarter, or you just think it's a really cool coin. You can share it, text, email, what have you. So this is your want list. So again, it has the same sort and filter options as your inventory. You can see I have 18 coins in my want list, and then you can start to go down and you see the generic information. So the first one is the 1939 proof red. I'm looking for that one. So you could go back in here periodically and check the listings and see if someone has added one. Maybe you missed a notification, or you can delete it. So maybe it's not in your want list anymore because you don't want it, or you bought it, you can delete it out of your want list. But again, we collect this data of a giant want list, and we're able to match buyers and sellers together with them really not having to do anything but click a few buttons. Then we can go out and find the coin that they're looking for. Now we're going into messages. So on the far left, you can see what I was just referring to. So that first message, we have a coin similar to the one in your want list, and you sent, and then it gives you the year and the grade and then the listing. So from right there, if that's all you pulled up and it was something that you're interested, you could click that link. It would bring you, that one's going to our marketplace, the Coin World Marketplace. You could go directly there and buy it. So it kind of helps the buyers take out all the busy work of, constantly scrolling through marketplaces, trying to find a coin that they're looking for, where this, you can click a few buttons, make it in your want list, and we'll send you the link. In the middle, you can just see the messages. So the top one is from CoinWorld Plus support. That's actually the conversation that's on the left. Down below that, you can see, for example, this one, I'm actually interested in buying this person's coin. So you can see, I'm interested in buying this. This is where you do the transfer. So I'm interested in buying this. Okay, what's your offer? Or this is the price. I agree upon it. The money and the funds would be exchanged outside of the app, like I said, until we build in that checkout process. But you would be able to transfer the ownership to that coin, and we would be able to track that. We track all transfers. Just in case something would happen, you accidentally transfer the wrong coin, or maybe there's something other that happens and the transaction needs to be reversed, or whatever the issue is, we do keep track of those transfers. And now on the far right is just your profile. So you can see, you can add an image. There's your transfers. So you as a user can also keep track of all your completed transfers, all your pending transfers. Then you can go down, you can edit your profile. The big one is private account. It's the fourth one down. It's a little box that you can check. So we have a lot of people that come up to us at the shows and say, this is great. I don't want people knowing that I have these coins, especially available. So we would suggest to them that they make their account private. So what that would do is every user that opens up an account has to make an alias. So your account, all your coins in it, the only thing it would refer to you as is the alias if you make your account private. So they would never know your name. They would never know anything about you besides your alias. So we thought that was a good function to put in there for people that want to be a little bit more private, but yet still want all the benefits of having the tags on their coins and also being able to transfer them from other users. You can invite new users, help, and your log out. So now we're going to get into what would happen if you actually own a coin with a tag and you just want to open up the information quick. Maybe you're seeing if all the data has been fetched, or you're at a show and you're at a booth and you see a coin that has the tag on it. And you're like, well, that's pretty neat. I want to see what that's about. So you would open up your app. Actually, there's two ways you can do it. You can open up the app and you can hit the button at the top of the middle, our logo there. Or if your NFC is turned on and ready to go on your phone, you can actually just tap the tag and you'll get a notification on your phone that says, do you want to open this up? If you have the app already, it'll take you directly into the app. If you don't, it'll take you to our URL. It'll show you some information, but it'll also give you the option to then download the app. So for this example, I'm inside the app already. I've clicked the button. You get this ready to scan. Hold your phone near the NFC tag. That is, the tag with our logo on it. Again, NFC is your near field communication, so your phone has to be close to the tag to be able to read it. If now in this example, we get a positive read, it gives you the check mark. You can already see it pulling the data in the background before that check mark's even gone. That's how fast it is. If something were to happen where this tag has been tampered with, or something has gone wrong with it, or it didn't read, you'll get an X. And you can try again, or it'll give you the option to contact our support. So we've scanned it. It is scanned good. You can see it's starting to pull the information. This screen should look familiar. It's actually inside the inventory. So this is an example on the right side. This is if you owned this Morgan dollar and you scanned the tag. So again, maybe you're looking to see if all the data has been fetched yet, or you're just opening it up to transfer it to somebody, or the market for sale. This is what you would see. And this is just pulling directly out of your inventory. So it's nothing not a new screen for you. Now, if you didn't own the coin, again, maybe you were at a coin show or someone said, here, scan this. On the left, this is what you would see. It's the same information. Even if you scroll down, you'd see the history. And because it has a tag, you would see the history. You would see the values, the auction data. But the only option you're going to get is add to want list. You can't, initiate a transfer. You can't sell. You can't mark it for sale. You can't remove it from your inventory because you don't own the coin. Its ownership is not with you. But you can add it to your want list. From there, again, it goes into our database of want list items where we can find a buyer for it or a seller for it. And then the person that actually owns this would get a notification that says, your coin has been added to a want list. And then it gives you the option if you want to reach out, especially if you have it marked for sale. And then getting your tags getting your coins tagged. There's a couple different ways you can go about it. So this is our booth from ANA. So we're at all the major shows. We're starting to go to smaller shows. You can see that my photo booth is set up back there in the right. I have a mobile photo booth that we can do the images. But we do the tagging at the shows. You can bring in your collection. It saves on shipping. We can do them right there at the booth. If we're not busy, I can turn them around to you pretty quick. If we are busy, it's usually within a day. You can come back to the booth and get them the next day. We can even send you a message inside of the app and say, hey, your coins are going to be done in 15 minutes. So you can come back to the booth. You can also send in your coins. So I'm in Sydney, Ohio, where Coin World is. There is submission forms on the website you can go to. You can fill out what coins you're sending. You can ship them into us. I would physically get them, make sure all the information's right versus what you sent me versus what's on your submission form. I would then begin to start to program all your tags. Once they're programmed, I would then take them and do high definition photos on them, make sure all the tags work, make sure all the information has been married correct. We'll test them a few times, and then we'll package them all back up, confirm that what you sent is what's in the box and what's going back out, and we'll send it back to you. Here is some just more examples of our coins and our images that I'm able to capture. And these are from our mobile booth. So I feel like the images are really sharp. You're able to zoom in and see a lot. But this also gives you a closer idea of what our tag looks like. Again, this is our older style, so you can see that it's only wrapping around the one side. And again, there is an antenna that goes around that whole tag, and it is tamper-proof. So if you start to peel that tag, or the case is broke open and some of that tag goes along with it, a notification will be sent out that the tag's been tampered with. So that is the end. Leonard, I will open it up to if anyone's got any questions, and we can go through anything that anyone has.
All right, thanks a lot, Jake. We do have a few questions, so we'll start working through these. First question, why can't you get all the information about the coin from scanning the barcode on your phone? Why do you need to put a chip on the slab?
So if the coin doesn't have has the chip, it hasn't been through our facility or been with us at a booth or at a show. So we're not able to pour all the information in there. And again, that's part of the process of the value of getting the tag. And especially since it's a free app, we're giving you the opportunity to add to your other inventory for free. Whereas the CoinRoll Plus tags that's what you would have to pay for to get that information, to get that value.
So yeah, so I think what they may be referring to is, I think I've seen these other things that scan the phones and read the tags directly. There's some other apps out there.
Okay, yeah, like I know PCGS has their own tag that you can scan. It brings them to their CoinFax site. But again, since we're offering so much data, so much value that's constantly updating, we figured that's where the value was.
Sure.
So give you the free barcode scanner that you can get the basic information, at least get it in your inventory. And then once you pay for the chip, then we'll really start, putting all the data in there for you.
Okay. All right, next question. To support the tamper information, the app has to be communicating back to the CoinWorld servers. What other information is being transmitted and on what timeline?
So that's a good question. We get that a lot, especially in today's world. And it's not geo-tracking, or it's not geo-tracking. So we're not looking at location. I can't pinpoint where you are when you scan a coin. What we are getting is what user scanned it. We'll get a timestamp, and we will get, let me see what else is in there. Yeah, we'll get a timestamp, what user scanned it, and what tag they scanned. So every tag has a ID on it. So we'll get those three things every time you scan a coin.
Next question, is the data saved locally, or does it reside on your servers or in the cloud? What sort of security is there on the app, data and communications, 256-bit AES encryption or some other form of encryption?
And I'm not an IT guy for that much, but it is saved on the same server that we use for CoinRoll subscriptions. So I definitely feel like it's in a safe spot because we've been doing subscriptions from 1960, and we've never had an issue with information getting out or anything like that.
Okay. Next question. So the app is free, but not free because you have to buy the tag for the app to work. And then related, how much are the tags per coin?
Yep, it's a good question. Like I said, it's a free app. Within the app, we still give you the free barcode scanner. So it's still a way for you to have your whole inventory on your phone ready to go. Yes, you won't get the value, you won't get the history, you won't get all the information that we're able to provide you, but it's still able for you to have a portfolio management on your phone that's very easy to navigate. The tags are, if you would send them into us, they're $10 a tag. Now, a lot of times, sometimes at the shows, we'll do a special like we do with CoinRolls, but for the 99.9% of the time, it's going to be $10 per tag.
So when you send in the $10 per coin, does that include the photography?
Yes. So and I always tell people, if you're going to send a coin in, try it if you want to send in more, because you'll only pay shipping for the one order. So there's a $10 processing fee, and that covers your entire order. So whether you send 1,000 coins or you send one coin, there's a $10 fee for that order. And then from there, it's $10 per tag. With that $10, like I said, I'm going to put the tag on. I'm going to make sure it's secured. I'm going to take the high definition pictures. I'm going to make sure all the information works. I will scan the tag multiple times and make sure that all the information populates correctly, and we'll ship it back to you. And the shipping is all insured, and so it'll get back to you safely.
Okay. Yeah, just a comment. A lot of times photographers are set up at coin shows, and $10 is like the per price to photograph a coin typically.
Yeah, and to be honest, we've had some people that have gotten their coins tagged solely for the pictures, because that's where they see the value. Other people see the value in knowing all the auction data or knowing all the different values of what people think the coin's worth. And we have people that love the imaging, so they'll get their coins tagged just to have the HD images.
A clarification on a previous question, so I'll just reread it for context. Yep. Obviously, to support the tamper information, the app has to be communicating back to the CoinWorld servers. What other information is being transmitted and on what timeline? And then the follow-up asks, I was asking about app-initiated transfers, not when I scan. So is there, besides at the time you scan, is there other information coming or going from the app to the servers?
I think I understand what they're asking. The only other thing that our database is keeping track of would be the scans, and I told you about the 3 things that get sent to us when it's scanned. But we also monitor the transfers, and that's solely because if you transfer the wrong coin and you have issues with getting it back or whatever, we're able to go in and see that and make the changes if need be. But those are the only things that we're keeping track of, is transfers, and then when the coins are scanned.
Okay.
I hope that answers the question.
All right. Next question: Can the tags be purchased, or do they have to be applied through CoinWorld?
For right now, we are doing them. Like I said, you can do them at the shows or send them in, but it's not something that we're ready to send out and have people put them on themselves. It's something that may happen in the future, but for right now, it has to be done at either our facility here or at a coin show.
Okay. All right. Next question. For the photos, is it a photo just of the slab, or is there a close-up high def pic of the coin as well?
So it's a front back. You're able to zoom in quite a bit. I'm pushing for more options in the future. It's kind of like I'm asking for iPhone 4 stuff on when we just released iPhone 1. I would personally, I'd like to have a 3D, have still the front and back because that's what people are used to, but I'd like to have a 3D where you can spin the coin around and see everything. But the way of doing it now, you can zoom in pretty far on just the standard front and back.
Next question, are you seeing this primarily used by dealers, or is it a good mix of both collectors and dealers?
It's a good mix. It also depends on what show we're at. That's where we're getting most of our feedback, because we can interact with people face to face. But it's a good mixture. And again, it's where you see the value in, because everyone's going to see it different. We have dealers that really see the value in the want list, and then I can provide them with a list of people that want these coins, and we can send out a mass message with links. And then we see collectors that just love the fact that, one, they can get all the history about the coins, but also I can see what everyone thinks this coin's worth, what it's sold for, and I can have my whole inventory on my phone.
All right. Next question, can you download the images, or do the images only exist in the app, in the cloud for looking at it within the app?
For right now, they're just in the app. I've had this question asked a couple of different times, and we're kind of tossed around the idea of when you get your coin tagged, you get your coin back, but also you also would get a copy of the images. Now they will, for legal purposes for us, I can only photograph the coin with the tag on it. So you would get the same image that I showed you, you would get that one, but we're kind of tossed around the idea of providing that, because it's just more value added to getting your coin tag, that you also get the HD images as well.
Right. So the app is also accessible on a laptop, right?
Yeah, and you can do it iPad. The only thing is it really works with the NFC reader. So iPads don't have NFC readers, if you didn't know that. So I demo a lot on an iPad just because it's bigger. But since they don't have the NFC reader, you can't open it up, and it's not on a desktop version as of now.
Okay.
So you can do phone or tablet. Tablet, you won't be able to scan though, but you can still pull up all the information. The only thing you can't do is add a coin via scan or tag.
Okay. All right. Next question: is there the ability to export data to a spreadsheet so I can do other kinds of data analysis on my inventory?
On your inventory, I'm sure there's a way we could. I've actually never been asked that question. But yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to export that data. On my side, I can export data of how many users we have or how many coins we have tagged. So I know that there's function there to be able to export data. So I don't see why not.
Sure. All right, and then next question on scanning a coin. What does this look like physically? You just like hold your coin up to the tag, and maybe they're a few inches apart, and it just automatically.
If everyone can see me, correct?
Yeah.
I will show you. So here is that coin.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to stop your screen share, we can probably get a better look at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on one second.
There we go.
All right, so here's that coin that we were talking about. Here's my phone. Don't mind my son. So there you can see it is pulled up, show my face, so my phone unlocks, and then there's the app. It's literally that simple. Like I said, I have an iPhone, so the NFC reader's up in here inside your phone. I tapped it. This one won't scan because it's a sample. So your barcode scanner, when you pick it, it asks you what the grade is. So I'm gonna pick NGC, so I have an NGC coin. And again, this is what the barcode scanner, I apologize if this doesn't, oh, there you go. I've never done it backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the coin that's in my other inventory. It's the same coin. So, I mean, it's that simple.
Right. All right. Next question: is there any concept of a set registry with this, with collectors using this to manage collections?
Yeah, so we're actively because if people don't know, you have your coin world portfolio. You can put coins in there, and that's one of the big questions we've been getting is, I have all these coins in my portfolio. I want this app. How do I merge those? So we are working on that. A little bit of a task, but we will get there. But same thing, I know that people like collections. So we're going to try to tie that in as well. If people have certain collections that they want to add the whole collection and have it show up as a collection. Again, it might be like an iPhone 3 kind of thing that we're on iPhone 1 right now. So, but it's definitely something, especially the coin world portfolio and putting in this and have a simple merge. It's definitely something we're going to do.
And just one twist on that I can think of offhand is that with that kind of set registry, you would have a natural ability to include both PCGS and NGC coins.
Yeah.
So, which I don't believe the services do now.
Yeah. Yeah.
NGC may allow both. I'm not 100% sure on that, but okay. All right, we'll keep it open another minute or two for any other questions.
Yeah.
And Jake, what's the next show that you'll be at?
So I will be at PAN in Pittsburgh. We'll be tagging coins there. I will be at the CoinX show. I think it's part of Roundtable. That'll be in St. Louis on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then I know for sure we have a table at the Whitman in St. Louis, or not St. Louis, Baltimore. I've been given a couple flyers from some smaller shows in Chicago we're going to try to get to. And then starting in January, we'll be at Fun. And like I said, we'll be at all the major shows. And we're trying, because we are getting a lot of interest from collectors. And we know that sometimes the smaller shows are more collector driven. We're going to try to start going to more smaller shows to make it available there as well.
All right, next question. Does this app support everything that PCGS and NGC certify? So for example, you know, the services are starting to get into more of these offbeat areas like tokens and metals and things like that.
So right now it's just US coins.
Okay.
And I can, and any US coin that really you can think of, whether it's a commemorative or some of the really old stuff, if it's graded by PCGS and NGC, we can do it. We are going to work, once paper money is done, we're going to try to tackle world coins. And from there, probably then go into tokens. And really, I mean, it's endless what we can do. So we've talked about doing it for anything collectible.
And of course, the services are, you know, constantly adding new things that they support too. So
yeah, and also down the road, I mean, we're working on making the technology available for if people have ANEX coins or a different grading service that they can get all the same information. But right now, the way our database is mapped, it's just PCGS and NGC.
All right, next question. Is it possible to offer a subscription to the app so it could be used by a collector when shopping at a show and want the info and looking at coins that don't have the tag?
Yeah, this is a great question. It's still very new. So we're kind of weighing the options of, you know, where we put our price tag at, what we put our price tag on. It's something that we've actually talked about. Do we do it as a subscription, or do we have people, you know, pay for the app or pay for the tag? I would just say just be patient. Like I said, it's still new. We're trying to figure out what's going to be the best for the users. And if that's a subscription model, then we'll go to that. Or if it stays with you're paying for the tags, we'll stay with that. But the more shows we go to, the more people we talk to, the better data that we can get. And then, like I said, we'll make that decision. Hopefully it'll be the best for the general amount of people that are using the app.
All right, next question. Are you currently supporting US pattern coins?
Yes, patterns are on there.
Okay.
PCGS and NGC, yep, patterns are on there.
All right, we'll leave it open another minute or two here for questions.
Yep, and I will, as we're doing that, I will go through. So right now we have all your basic, you know, so our shop, which also goes with the database, is half cents, 2 cents, 3 cents, nickels, half dimes, dimes, 20 cents, quarters, half dollars, dollars, gold dollars, quarter eagles, $3, $4, half eagles, eagles, double eagles, US commemoratives, US bullion coins, colonials, territorials, and patterns.
Okay.
So if you have one of those, it's NGC, PCGS, we can put a tag on it.
So that's a pretty wide group of collectible coins within the US series.
About 23,000.
Okay, all right, yeah. And of course, when you get our world coins, it rapidly expands, but
yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a monster to tackle, but we know there's interest for it. I get asked probably 3 times a show, you know, can we do it for world coins?
Right. Okay, all right. I think that gets us to the end of the questions. So Jake, thank you very much for being here with us today. And it's going to be fascinating to continue to watch this evolution of digital numismatics, and you guys are definitely doing some exciting stuff in the field. So thanks again for being here.
Yep, thank you. And anyone that wants to come see us at a show, come and stop and say hi. We have a 4-foot iPad that's at the major shows. You can come, it's all touchscreen. You can play with the app and everything at the show.
All right, thanks a lot, Jake.
Yep, thank you.
All right, see ya.